Hey all, I wanted to talk about this fucking tweet that I saw. I see a lot of these kinds of things. Sometimes, because I am a depressed person, I assume if you're watching this, then you on some level are as well. I don't know why else you would be watching this. But if you're like that, sometimes you'll come across things like this, some of these self-help gurus. And, well, I don't even know if this guy's a fucking, like, guru. He's just... these made-up people with, like, Substacks, whatever that is. So, you'll find posts like this, and you're like, oh my god, maybe this one is the secret key, the key holder. This guy's the key holder, George Foreman, to the secret behind my depression. And now we're gonna get it solved by eating 3 to 4 eggs and 1 tablespoon of cocoa and all this shit. And so what, you like bookmark it and you move on. This does nothing. This does nothing. I'm sure you all know this, right? And so if you've had an experience that's anything like that, you'll know what I mean when I say that this post means fucking nothing, right? These words, all these words, these pictures, these citations that he's bothered to attach. Look, I cite my sources. I know what I'm talking about. This post means nothing. This is going to help like maybe 1 or 2 people, like 1K likes, 1K bookmarks, what, 70,000 views. This is not going to help anybody because this is if you are depressed, you should do all of these things, and you read this kind of sometimes you'll be like, well, shit. Later, this will hit you. I fell for it again, Ward. I fell for it. Where I'm gonna bookmark this like a really smart intellectual go-getter, and I'm gonna start having teaspoons of raw honey. It's like, no, you're not. So, this reply encapsulates it perfectly. It's like, what if you can't do any of this because you're depressed? This is the issue. You're depressed. You don't want to do this shit. How does this make sense to anybody? Except for if they want a, like, engagement farm. Because this is what this is. Okay? And it's really on the nose. You just gotta be a knower to recognize it for what it is. Also, this guy's a fucking idiot for not knowing this is a meme. Whatever. But this video by Fuentes, this is kind of why this tweet showed up for me. Is because this kind of viral, I don't know, whatever. This showed up. Not that, okay, this is not going to be like a I love Fuentes thing. I'm not endorsing this, I don't know, this guy's kind of a freak, obviously, and even his fans would agree with that, but I don't know, okay, I don't know the ins and outs of Fuentes, but he's funny, and everybody, we all know this. He's a charismatic, funny person who makes things relatable, and so I don't know how much I'm going to play of this, but this was insightful, I thought.
Well, maybe if you also start eating clean, you would sleep better.
Dude, shut up. Maybe if you start eating clean, you would sleep better. Maybe fucking mind your own business and shut up.
Prodigal Grow percent $20.
Try that.
Check out.
There's other reasons I can't sleep. People always say, oh, you can't sleep because of your diet. I'm just like a tortured individual. I'm a nocturnal, melancholic, brooding person. People say if you just got your sleep right, then you'd feel better. It's like, but I need to feel better to get my sleep right. Don't you understand? Somebody tweeted, oh, here's how you could stop being depressed. Go to sleep on time and eat bananas and take vitamin K and do this and do that and walk 30 minutes a day and do your exercise and put down the phone and blah, blah, blah. And she goes, well, what if I'm too depressed to do any of that? And I'm like, bitch, so true. Like, exactly. You have these like, I have these like chads in my life. I know all these chads and they're like, hey, listen, little bro, you just need to like go to the gym and like get your 8 hours. I know that's what everyone says, but it's so important. And I'm like, I know that. I know what I need to do. I can't. Can anybody relate to that? Because I feel like they're just talking past us. These well-adjusted people, these people are not yearners. All these people, they don't yearn. They're not yearning. They don't wake up and think about their dreams. They're not like that. And you have all these people out there, they're like, I don't know, I just do my food prep on Sunday and then I go to sleep at 10 o'clock every night and then I hit my, what are those stupid fucking indoor bikes everybody has? I hit my Peloton for 20 minutes. It's like, well, I don't really feel like getting out of bed right now. I don't feel like getting out of bed and eating a carrot and getting on a Peloton because I'm not a rabbit. I'm a human being. I'm a big believer in we have to say yes to life. And sometimes that means saying yes to being awake all night and going on a walk. Sometimes that means saying yes to waking up and not getting out of bed. And sometimes that means we're just gonna, drink a cappuccino and live a certain way. I feel like here, everybody's too into the self-help stuff. They just treat us like we're supposed to be Like we're supposed to be machines or something. It's like CrossFit and meal prep and self-improvement and strength training. It's like, what am I training for? I'm not a horse. What if I feel like eating dessert today? What if I feel like just drinking coffee and thinking about things, you know? Can somebody link that to me? Maybe you can link that to me, because I got to show some love. That was an all-timer. That was one of those rare tweets that just cut through all the nonsense in that conversation. Hey man, you just got to go to sleep every night. It's like, isn't that sort of the problem?
Not to be a so true person, but this is so true. Again, if you identify at all with like, I'm depressed, I'm this, I can't get out of bed, I'm that. Like, this makes a lot of sense. And so this is why I say posts like these will mean nothing. Like, I don't know. Usually, like at this point, in my experience with depression, major depressive disorder, oh no, this does nothing for me anymore. I don't feel anything. Which is not like a I'm so edgy kind of thing. It's literally just neurologically, biologically, how can I get any information from this and apply it, right? This assumes that you have a will to improve yourself at all. So what's helped me, I have to say, and this is gonna sound like the chads that Fuentes is making fun of. This is just true. I'm sorry. This is just true. When you do 1 minute of something, 1 minute of improving yourself, and nothing more and nothing less, that actually does something. And this has been my couple of years experience with depression, and I'm not gonna fucking I don't have like journal articles I'm gonna link to. I don't have sources to back me up on this. I just have my lived experience with this, which is, and I'm sorry to say it because it's gay. It's like what Fuentes was making fun of, kind of. It's not the exact same thing, but what has helped me, really, the unfortunate solution is doing 1 minute at a time tasks and committing 1 minute of your time to doing something. That kind of thing, or, like, I guess this is a 1-2 solution. It's either that, or you do the absolute smallest thing that you can. And so a couple of examples of this would be, maybe you don't want to get out of bed. You don't even say, well, you don't even try to use this whole horsepower of fucking motivation and I'm gonna set a planner and if I don't get up then I'm gay, this kind of thing. What you do instead of that, instead of reading posts like this and trying to apply them to your life, you sit up in bed instead of getting up. You sit up. Instead of completely laying down, you take the smallest step you can, which is sitting up. And then maybe, you see if you feel like doing anything else after that. And usually you will, if you don't psych yourself out. And it's really easy to do that because when you get wrapped up in this depression awareness thing, you start kind of actually mocking this is what I do at least. I don't know if anybody else relates to this, but you start like mocking yourself. Oh shit, look at me. I'm talking to myself to get up in the morning. It's like, it's not gay. You know what? Fuck this whole like people who are trying are gay thing. You're not gay. You're doing what you have to. That's fine. So anyway, that's an example of that. And when you start to think like this, you can learn how this applies to every other area of your life, whether that be, a job or your schoolwork or your relationships or anything. So, and again, there was the 1 minute at a time thing, and that goes for like timed tasks mainly. And I mean, because I've fallen into this before where sometimes you look at an issue that you have or something that you have to do or some issue that you gotta tackle and you're like, well shit, that's gonna take me more than 1 minute, right? I have to do all of this right now. And then you avoid it and then it becomes this fucking daunting thing. I will say, I should have said this earlier, this is another really important thing. Not to put too much on the plate of someone here, but that's another thing, is that you want to be aware of the things that you were intensely avoiding, right? Whether that is like a relationship thing or some schoolwork thing or whatever it is, maybe a tax filing or you got rent due or whatever the hell it is. You want to make yourself aware of it and come to a place of peace, of just, it's okay for me to take one step at a time. It's really fine. It's okay. I promise you it's fine. So let yourself be okay with taking 1 minute at a time for even these overarching huge things. That's the only way that that's going to get done, is if you take it one step at a time. And that's just the truth, right? when you're a depressed, introspective, intensely introspective, creative person like he was talking about, like he's just a he's just a brooding, melancholic person who dreams of ideas and this kind of thing. Like it's epic and it's aura to be that kind of person, and at the same time it can be, you know, really debilitating. But clearly he's done something for himself. I mean, this guy has a huge fucking podcast. He's really made a name for himself all sorts of ways. So he was only able to do that by taking things one step at a time. That's the way that it is, you know, following what you're comfortable with. Sometimes that's how it is being in tune with your nature, being in tune with your emotions. And so, anyway, not to get so off track, but the takeaway from all of this, I guess, this is I'm not having any sources I'm pointing to or anything, but my idea for solving depression and getting yourself to do anything is letting yourself be okay with 3 things, which are, number 1, taking 1 minute at a time on timed tasks. 2, letting yourself be okay with taking things 1 minute step at a time, however small and pathetic that might be. That's okay. And number 3, actually addressing the things that you're avoiding. The big things, the big scary things. So yeah, that's it. I don't want to overcomplicate it. I really think, I do think it's that simple. It's not at all about, you know, I'm having too many Pop-Tarts, right? That's not going to help you neurologically, maybe. Not a lot. But self-care like that, right? Watching what you eat. Those kinds of habits are formed after you're okay with allowing yourself to take control of your life a little bit and be aware and be external, right? Externalize your ideas, externalize the actions that you do want to take, because on some level you do want to improve yourself. That's why you might get posts like these. And that means something. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you're avoiding the issue. It doesn't mean you're some pathetic bastard. Not at all. So yeah, anyway, I guess that's it. 6-7.